day everyone, my name is Don Emmanuel Blues, a 200 level medical laboratory student of GPTS, Institute of Management Science and Technology, from Royal Ambassadors College, Jos Shenrate Center. I will be making a paper presentation or a short seminar on the theme, Effect of Early Life Exposure to Air Pollution in the Development of Childhood Asthma. But before I proceed, when we look at it as a community at large or a nation at large, asthma, it has to do with or is one of the common chronic disease in childhood which hinders the child development. Exposure to air pollutants is linked with poor asthma control in children and represents a potentially modifiable risk factor of impaired lung functions, medications use, and increased asthma-related health care utilization. So when we take a look at it, what it simply means here is that when a child is exposed to air pollution, it affects the health-related states, and also affect the lungs. Pollutants in air have the same effect of a child or on the kids with asthma as other triggers. And this asthma, when we take a look at it, they irritate the airways by making them to swell up and tighten up. So this excess of swell up and tighten up, it leads to breathing problem, or we can say it leads to difficulties in breathing. The child won't be able to breathe as needed, or the child won't be able to breathe freely because the lungs has been tightened up, and the lungs also has been it has swelled up due to the exposure to the air pollution. When we look at it, since the children are still growing, or still the children are growing, air pollution harms them during the development stage of their life, causing lifelong health problems. What we mean by lifelong health problems, it can be stable, or maybe it may be cured, or it may be stable. And it can, when we say lifelong health problems, it can also affect the child not to be or it can also affect that person infected not to be performing its duty as needed. Maybe absent from workplace, absenteeism in school, absent in any activities that it needs to be done. Exposure to air pollution at a young age hinders lung growth. What we mean by when at young age somebody or the child is being exposed to that air pollution, it hinders the development or the growth of the lungs. And also, when we take a look at it, it also affects or it also inhibits the development of the brain if exposed to air pollution. First of all, what do I mean by this air pollution? Air pollution, it has to do with what? It has to do with harmful substances, or it has to do with chemical substances released in the atmosphere or air that polluted the atmosphere and make it poisonous or make it more harmful for human use. Air pollution, it can also lead to childhood mortality. What we mean by this childhood mortality, the child won't be able to grow as needed. It can also lead to the death of the immune system of the child. And also contact with allergens, certain irritants, or exposure to various infections in early childhood when the immune system is not fully matured. So when the immune system is not fully matured, it will always have access or contact to a childhood irritant. as also it can affect the child development, as earlier stated. It will affect the child development in terms of the immune system, the cells as well, and also kind of the things in the body. It can also lead to what childhood birth weight. This childhood birth weight has to do with what the process in which a child loses its weight, and it can also lead towards premature birth. That is, if a pregnant woman inhabits or inhales that poisonous or harmful chemicals released. Thank you so much.